Hey everyone, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today, we look at episode 3 of Handshakers. Now, I'm gonna say this right now. This is also kind of like a first impressions because I actually haven't been doing the reviews for this yet. I just started with the third episode on because I was away during the first two episodes and I couldn't do reviews out for them. But so I'm gonna get the first impression stuff out of the way first, and I'll talk about like my thoughts of the whole show, and then I'll talk about episode 3. So hopefully you guys don't mind that. My impressions right now of Handshakers is that we're 3 episodes in, and I don't dislike it. I don't love it yet either. I think it's middle ground of everything right now, and that's not a bad thing per se. The animation is definitely one of the key points, in the music also. But the animation is awesome. I think the characters are very vibrant. I love the colors. I love the way they did the animation in general. Like it looks very unique and very stylish. It's very cool like that. I think I have some issues with the character designs and also kind of how they do camera work in this. Like sometimes the camera is a little wonky. It does some very odd like fisheye effects and all this weird stuff. So I do have issues with that. Um, but I'll say right now also though is that I also have issues with the kind of weird way they did some of the characters. I notice they really focus on lowlies. Like the girls are very young looking, and I kind of have issues with that. I mean, I don't hate lowlies, mind you, in anime, but I don't particularly care for them when they're like the main girl types in the show. And it seems like right now what we're looking at is most of the girls are lowlies. I'm not saying all of them. There's definitely some more grown up ones, but I do have issues with that. Music, like I said, is phenomenal. I love the voice acting; is fine there too. The stories right now, though, like I said, it's probably one of the weaker moments of the whole show is that the story is hit or miss right now. Like I do like the concepts of it. I like where they're going with the whole concept of how this fight is going on. I just want to know more. And I think right now, since we don't have very much information to go off of, I think that we're left kind of wondering a lot, and that definitely means that the story's not bad per se yet, but I want more from it so I can give it a full like, okay, so I like how they're doing it or I don't like how they're doing it right now, because it's right now just too ambiguous. It doesn't have enough to really go off of yet. Now, episode 3 is interesting because what we have here essentially is that we have team I think they're called Team Gear as they're called from the show. Now that's Tazuna and Kiori. Now both of them are learning that they actually have more limitations than before. Actually, they're all more so their limitations are now being per se hit against them, but at the same time also that she's getting more strength because she's able to actually stay away from him longer now. But it seems like at the same time they're trying to figure out what works together for each other, so that's limiting how they're moving around and stuff like that because they're still very close, and that's kind of cute actually. I like that one concept about the show, to be honest. We also are introduced to two other characters. I forgot her. I think her name's Chizura, and I believe the other one's Hayate. Now, both of these people apparently work at a company together, which is a small like restaurant chain that they're trying to make. And what's funny about that is that the girl is actually again super lowly, but apparently she's actually older than the dude is, and she has more work experience than he does. But everyone thinks that he's the boss and she's like the intern or something like that, or an elementary student when she's actually the boss and he's the intern, or not more so. He's the more so he works as a subordinate. Right away you see these two and you're like, I hope they're not handshakers because I really like the two characters, but yeah, they're handshakers. So a whole battle pursues between the two, where they have to fight one another, and it kind of ends on a like, oh, it looks like that he hits a shadow clone of sorts because this whole episode, like a lot of Naruto references. I mean, like, damn. But he hits a clone, and then the whole thing ends with like, he's like, oh no, where's she at? Because she has a whole bunch of other clones, and we don't know what clones could actually do for her. Maybe they could all attack him and actually hurt him or not. We don't know yet. It was a solid episode. I really had no issues with it. There was a lot of talking for the most part. I think only like the last like maybe 5 minutes or 4 minutes were actually focused on any action from the battle. But everything else was really talking. I really had no issues with that. I love the two characters. I hope like I know they're handshakers, but I hope that they're not bad. That they don't seem like bad. They seem like they really got the short end of the stick because apparently they're treated very bad at work, etc. So I do have some hope that apparently they maybe become more relevant as regular characters, not as just handshakers later on the show, but who knows. So far, like I said though, I'm still mixed with the show. I don't dislike it. I don't particularly care for it. Right now, it's middle ground, like I said. I think I said at the very beginning. I don't want to say that it's going to be bad. I think it could turn out very well. I also could think it turned out really horribly too at the rate it's going. But we'll have to see about that. Anyways, I hope you guys in mind that listen, I feel so bad about the whole live stream. I hate promising you guys live streams and then doing them and then finding out something happened or some weird crap prevent me from like uploading it because it was uploading, but with the audio I didn't want to bother having the audio like that because it was really bad. It was me staticky all the time, so I didn't want to even use that. So I figured might as well just do a regular review. Anyways, guys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this review. As always, if you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, the whole nine. I will talk to you guys later. Have a great, blessed day, everyone. Bye bye.